Let's talk about the Ford Raptor. This thing is just awesome. I love this truck. I tell you what, between this truck and my dirt bike that I have, I'm a very happy guy. Took a long time to get to the level where I could afford this kind of stuff. I'm so happy I've got it. I'm going to go over the Ford Raptor, kind of the pros and cons of it, especially in regards to 4x4ing and overlanding. But first of all, I mean, you're going to watch here, you're going to see this in this video. This truck, the way it handles everything, it's an aggressive truck. First off, 95% of the time you're on the road. This truck, I don't care if you're in the city, the country, wherever, it really handles like a dream. I wish the power would kick in a little earlier. I actually tuned this truck to 570 horsepower, 680 torque. It comes from the factory, 450 horsepower and 510 torque. But, you know, it's, I had the old Raptor, whatever you want to call it, the first gen. I had a 2011. And I loved the fact that when you were at about 2,500 RPM with that V8, it just had tons of torque. This truck, you've got to get it up to about 4 to 4,500 RPMs before you really start to notice the power. You can change the shift modes. Obviously right here I'm in two-wheel drive sport. Took off the traction control just because I thought it was super cool to do donuts and stuff. But at any rate, around town, it's okay. I mean, I definitely don't like it as much as the prior version Raptor. Gas mileage on both, terrible. Don't worry about it. It's a big engine, a lot of power. This truck gets maybe 14 to 15 miles a gallon. The old one got 12. I didn't notice any difference. All right, so off-road. This truck has got Fox shocks. I mean, look at this. You can change all of the modes in the truck, and if you want to get squirrely with it, you want to do whatever, you can just go bananas. This truck absolutely rips when you step on the gas, but you really have to step on it and get the RPMs up. Fox shocks absorb everything. The interior of the truck, fantastic. Really a great truck, very comfortable. Out on the trail, everybody says, well, isn't the truck too wide? Isn't it difficult to drive? And that's total nonsense. I can go anywhere. I don't want to say anywhere a Jeep can go, but 95% of the places Jeeps go, I can go. There are 5% of the places, and especially if you're a gnarly Jeeper, I can't get over the giant boulders. This is not a long wheelbase truck, but it's definitely not a Jeep. The departure and the approach angles on a Jeep are far superior. But I've got to say, overall, I would rather have this truck any day of the week over a Jeep. Not just because of the cargo capacity in the back, but if Ford built a Jeep, and maybe the Bronco will be that vehicle with a bigger motor, I don't know. But this truck just feels so refined. I've had Jeeps too. And I'm not a Jeep fan. I think they're a little clunky. I know if you're a Jeep diehard, you love them. But this truck will take any trail. It'll go anywhere. I never, ever slip. I never get stuck. I have plenty of power to get up, down, everything. All of the different modes, the hill descent mode, you name it. It won't get stuck in mud. It won't get stuck in sand. It just keeps going. I think I've had to back up and hit a hill twice, maybe twice, the whole time I've owned the vehicle, and I've had it now 3 years, and I do use it quite a bit to get out in the back country. At any rate, this was a overlanding trip we did up in Utah. You can see a guy with the FJ up front. He loves that vehicle, says it'll go anywhere. I'm sure it will. I like how refined and how powerful the Raptor is. It's just incredible. Everything from the glass sunroof to the seats to the stereo to the traction control to the motor, the way it delivers power off-road is excellent. Again, if I could have the V8, the 6.2 liter from the first gen truck, I would much prefer that. I still regret selling my 2011. I'm going to look for another first-gen Raptor to have as a second vehicle if I can. If I can pull that off, it'd be so cool. At any rate, I take this truck off-road. I rip in it. You can see the other guys are a little more conservative. I'm okay with that. I know everybody has their driving style. But this Raptor, when I take it to Baja or Utah, Nevada, anywhere off-road, the suspension soaks up everything. I'm comfortable. I'm not bouncing all over the place. Again, slow, fast, rocky, you name it. This truck can handle it all. I've gotten in very tight four-wheel drive situations where I personally thought I'm screwed. The truck doesn't miss a beat. It just keeps moving forward. The engineers at Ford, they have figured out exactly what this truck needs to do to be an off-road beast. I love it. I mean, it's really, really nice. Again, downside of it, it's got a V6, high output V6 twin turbo. I'm just not a fan of that. I'd rather have a V8 in my truck. And, you know, Dodge has offered that now with their TRX, and they got a supercharger on it. So they're actually just eating Raptor's lunch. I'm hoping Ford comes out with a V8 that'll compete with the TRX. Their first version V8 was awesome. All right, overall, if you're thinking about a Raptor, you're thinking about it for overlanding, you're thinking about it for just a pavement princess, I say buy it. You're going to love it.